It's me again. Let's get into this course. All right, we're going to open this up, and the first thing that we see is this description. This 10-point checklist includes the components I would build out if I had to start over building a new system from the ground up. This approach is focused on a local small business serving a specific niche or region. This works for just about any home improvement business, but this is designed for artificial grass because of the content that we're going to go through. But the fundamentals of content marketing, SEO, systems, and all of the nuances that you're going to hear about through the next set of modules are all based around these 10 items. So the first one is content creation. There's new technology that's coming out, Chat GPT, that's going to help with content creation. You still have to technically understand a little bit about that side of the business in terms of, just the crazy AI world that you're going to hear about down the road as well in this community. But we're talking about content around your target avatar. Your avatar is your buyer, the person that you're going after. Heavenly Greens had Arrogant Mary was our avatar. How did we come up with Arrogant Mary? Well, we did this many, many years ago, over a decade ago. And Arrogant Mary was the person that our sales reps were running into. So what we ended up finding out about that was most of the buying decision in the home improvement world is coming from the wife. And we named her Mary. And then she got the nickname of Arrogant Mary because she knew everything already, because she's done a bunch of research, right? She's the one that's gone out there, and she's the top, middle, or bottom. But we ran into Mary here at the top of the marketing funnel where she's doing her research. She got smart. Then she opted in for content, in our case, free guides and so forth, and then got smarter again, and then went to the appointment. And when it came time for the appointment, she was arrogant, and we gave her a name of Mary. We knew she had at least 2 kids. They were homeowners. They made $150,000 a year or more each. She was most likely a VP, and the husband was at least in tech or equal or above in earnings. And that really helped us guide how we wrote our content for that particular buyer, the buyer's journey. Second is search engine optimization. SEO is tough. It's always changing, but the fundamentals are pretty much the same. If you silo content, if you build content correctly, I'm going to go into all this stuff in detail, so don't worry. But those are the things that you need to make sure you're paying attention to. AdWords compliant landing page kind of makes sense, right? If you're going to run AdWords, they kind of want the page to be in compliance with their policies and procedures. What that really means is you can't just start an AdWords account and send traffic to a page. You've got to put code on the page. You got to put a bunch of new things that didn't used to be the case just a few years ago. But you need to have an AdWords compliant AdWords page. Why? Well, because you're going to spend money to drive traffic to your content and drive traffic to try to get appointments. Web traffic, dynamic call tracking and recording. Could you get by without that? Yeah, but the dynamic part is tracking every element and every side of your phone calls, whether that's from Google My Business, your email list, an email opt-in, somebody opted in for your free guide or something, and they called the email that was on on your email page as opposed to your website. You're going to want to know where that call came from because you kind of know where they're at in the buyer's journey. Also, you can set up other tracking numbers for all kinds of different things. The other part about it is recording those calls. There's a bunch of reasons why recording calls are super important. Number one is you can listen to how your people that are answering the phones are answering the phones. If they don't have a script, if they're on script, or worse, if they're off script, or ultimately the worst is being treated poorly. So you're going to want to be able to correct that. That's another great benefit of recording those calls. Web traffic, conversion metrics, kind of obvious, right? You're going to want to know where your organic traffic's coming from, where your social media traffic's coming from, where all of your web traffic is coming from. So you're going to want to be able to track that. And then of course your conversion metrics. A couple of different types of conversions, right? If someone is searching, they find your site and they place a phone call, guess what? That's a conversion. We're going to want to know if that came from an organic search, paid search, or maybe it was an email blast, but we're going to want to know where that call came from. And then finally, those conversion metrics, which is a paid ad to a landing page to a conversion, which is a web form fill out or that form exactly being filled out, lands as a lead. And now in your back end systems, which we'll get to here in a moment, which is the CRM, you're going to know if that turned into a sale or not, or you're going to know if that turned into an appointment. And then finally, moving on to number 6, CRM integration. You want to have lead management. You definitely want to be operating your business with a CRM. We built one because we knew the need was in the market. It's the AGM CRM, but also there are other CRMs that work well. You can see where everything is coming from when you manage a CRM. Plus, you can follow up better, and you can go inside there, open up, lift under the hood, and create follow-up sequences and so forth. Marketing automation with email follow-up to segment. It's kind of fancy, but marketing automation. Here's an example. We run about 27 different free guides or opt-ins on our site right now. When folks opt in, they're opting in for the guide. They're not filling out a web form to ask a question. They're actually opting in for the guide. They get their guide. It's 8 facts to know about artificial grass. And then behind that free guide is a series of emails which are all written specifically to that guide. As a result, we're doing 2 things. We are becoming the authority in the market. We're also providing great content to the user who's opted in. And as we kind of telescope back just a little bit, remember there's top, middle, bottom of the funnel. Arrogant Mary had been through all of them. This person we're talking about with marketing automation is in the middle. They're tire kickers. They're getting information. So if you are the market leader giving them information, they're going to look at you as the authority, and you're most likely going to get a phone call for the first opportunity to give them a bid. Or if they're doing like everybody is out here getting 3 to 5 bids, at least you're going to be in there to get the bid, but you're going to have a better look on you because you help them answer specific questions. That's the power of content marketing. And then follow up to segment. So 8 facts of artificial grass in our world, in the artificial grass world, is not really segmented. But if someone opted in for 5 things to know about artificial grass and dogs, we know that that buyer or that interested party is looking after information for their dogs. That makes the ability to segment both of those opt-ins: general, pets, dogs. That content for automated follow-up, as we've segmented this user group, is all going to be about dogs. So you might be repurposing blog content. You might be that's what we do. We repurpose blog content within the body of that email, but we've segmented the audience, and we know that this person is only interested in artificial grass for dogs. Next, web monitoring and backup systems. Holy smokes. I'll tell the story a little bit later in this course, but we learned that the hard way. Fortunately, we lucked out about it. But if you're not monitoring your website, especially there's so many of us that are WordPress users, if you're not keeping the plugins and the updates updated, you become vulnerable to attack. Also, you want to be sure you're backing up your websites and you're backing them up consistently, whether that's every quarter, once a month. You want to make sure that you're doing that. And then finally, all of that stuff has got to spit out into a report, right? Because we're looking at leads. Well, we're looking at web traffic, we're looking at conversions, then we're looking at leads, then we're looking at appointment set, appointment ran, closing percentage, turf in the ground, all that stuff. But on the marketing side, we want to know leads, where the traffic came from, how many appointments did we set, how many appointments did we run, how many deals did we close. That's what we do with marketing. All right, see you guys on the next one.